And our first drop, wait, is that what we need? That's what we need! First drop! Zulrah has been around for quite some time. Ironmen and normal accounts alike will farm this boss for its uniques and resource-heavy drop table. From RCBs and Iban Blasts to the Twisted Bow and Tumekans Shadow, you can farm Zulrah all the same. But what is the meta for the 2025 early to mid-game Ironman? Let's find out. Zulrah is located on Zulrah, accessible by charter ship, the ferry ring, and the Zulrah teleport. The teleport scroll puts you right outside the boss. However, you can only get the teleport scrolls from the boss itself. And unless you can guarantee that you can do at least 3 kills per trip, those scrolls won't last. So our best option is the ferry ring. The only issue is we're only 72 agility. But we could use Summer Pies, a +5 agility boost every time we run to Zulrah. A Summer Pie requires level 95 cooking to make, so this is where we call in Chef Wait For It. But it's not as simple as that. There is a multi-step process to make one singular Summer Pie. First, we need a bucket of water and a pot of flour to make pastry dough. Then put the pastry dough in the pie dish to make a pie shell. Once you have the pie shell, you then use a strawberry on the pie shell, and then you get part summer pie. After that, use a watermelon to put on the summer pie, and now you get a second edition of the part summer pie. But we're not done yet. Now you need a cooking apple to put into the pie dish, and now you finally have a raw summer pie. Now you swap over to the lunar spellbook so that you can cast Bake Pie. And there you go. Finally, after all those steps, you have one summer pie, a +5 agility boost. You know what? On second thought, I'm just going to train to 76 agility. And there's 73 agility. The last time we did agility, we came away with the graceful hood, top, and legs. Let's see if we can get enough marks of grace to unlock the remaining gloves, cape, and boots. Quick little update on Wait For It. We're going to be cooking some food here because that Royal Titans grind from a little while ago really drained a lot of my food. We're kind of on the recovery phase here on Wait For It in terms of the food and the blood runes and all the supplies. Just got some downtime right now, so I'm just barbarian fishing. I'll head back to the rooftop courses in a bit, but we just got an EXP lamp and I've been consistently putting it into Slayer. This one should put us at 50 Slayer. There's 75 agility, one more level to go until we can hit the fairy ring for Zulrah. However, I'm going to finish this lap here, and I'm going to move on to Prif. I'm not a huge fan of this course, and while we won't get marks of grace at Prif, that'll be okay. We'll just finish out the full graceful set at another time. 93 laps at the Prif agility course, and we finally hit 76 agility. We can now use the fairy ring to Zulrah. I almost forgot about this, but over on Wait For It, I am currently making some rings of recoil. This is going to be really important to reflect damage onto the snakelings at Zulrah. And of course, 416 here does not have access to Tanzanite jewelry just yet, so I can't even trade over my Ring of Suffering if I wanted to. Alright, let's get started here. The fairy ring code is BJS. And the reason why we need 76 agility is because this fairy ring is on this small little island here, and you have to cross this stepping stone. And then we just make our way over here, and this is the little boat to get to Zulrah. Before we head in, let's talk about our gear setup real quick. We are going to be using the Amulet of Fury and the Barrow's Gloves for both attack styles. We have the Blue Moon outfit, but paired with the Twin Flame Staff and the Tome of Fire. We're going to be casting Fire Wave. We're going to see what the damage output on that is going to be like. Zulrah does have a fire elemental weakness. Of course, we got the God Cape as well, and the Ring of Recoils, like I mentioned earlier. For our range gear, we're going to be rocking full Eclipse so that we have the burn effect. And yeah, that's about it, really. All right, let's get started. I completely forgot, but if it's your first time here at Zulrah, you have to talk to the NPCs so that they'll let you, quote unquote, sacrifice yourself to Zulrah. Okay, now we should be good to go. Let's drink our extended anti-venom plus. Oh, a max hit of 50. And we're only 82 magic. This divine range pot. Get ready for the mage phase. That will be coming up, I believe, after this. Alright, first time using the Eclipse set on Zulrah. Oh my. Zulrah's max hit is a 41, so you have to watch out for that. And of course, you could also get comboed out by the snakelings. You know what? I forgot to bring prayer pots. That's pretty important. Oh yeah, this thing is like 6 tick or something. Very awkward to flick, actually, 6 tick. I'm about to smite myself here. Please kill it. Ooh! Chanced. We chanced it for the first KC, but we get Zulrah scales. Guaranteed, of course. 1 KC, that's a collection log. Okay, that went pretty well, all things considered. This time we have our prayer pot, so it should go smoother. Zulrah in 2025, I should say. Got some Moons gear, got the Twin Flame Staff, new prayers. We're using an anti-venom pot that it was just made available last year. Another KC down, let's go. A sub 2-minute kill. So this shouldn't be surprising at all, but I think being only 50 defense, we're getting clapped up pretty hard. I'm only doing 1 KC trips, as my inventory of food does not look too good. And can I use the Eclipse spec here? No, it appears that you need to be in melee range to use the spec. That's interesting. Yeah, I have no idea how the moon set special attacks work, actually. Teleport scrolls. And another new PB. I think we only beat our PB by 1 second there, but a new PB is a new PB. We will take it. While I'm farming Zulrah on 416 Hero, I'm actually making more house tabs over on Wait For It. I had actually stopped upkeeping these a while ago, but I realized that at Zulrah I'm going to need it because my rune pouch is going to be filled with runes for Firewave. So I don't actually know if the Zulrah items are on the list of restricted items to trade between GIM accounts that are non-prestiged, but nevertheless, we've made it to Zulrah on 416 Hero, and technically, I can trade myself over a dupe Blowpipe. I don't feel like it's necessary for us to do that though, so we're going to go ahead and try to farm one out for ourselves. In before it takes us 2000 KC, but we'll see. Wow, that was a 3-minute and 15-second kill. I guess this comes with the territory since the Twin Flame Staff is a 6-tick weapon. There's going to be quite a bit of variation, I think. Let's talk a bit about what we're after here. Zulrah has 4 uniques on its drop table: the Tanzanite Fang for the Blowpipe, Magic Fang as an attachment to the Trident, the Serpentine Visage for the helmet, and Uncut Onyxes. Each drop is 1 in 1024 respectively, but you get 2 rolls per KC, so they are effectively 1 in 512. And overall, to see any drop, it's going to be a 1 in 128. Because of our account restrictions, we're only really after the Blowpipe. Uncut Onyxes could be useful too, for our Tanzanite jewelry down the line. So just there, I was able to do 2 KC in 1 trip. Those are going to be few and far in between, And even if I finish 1 KC with plenty of food left over, I probably shouldn't go for the second KC. The difference between 1 KC to another is pretty big. My PB is 140 and I've hit that a few times in the 140 range. But on the other end, I've had a couple of 3+ minute kills now. Just for the sake of consistency and to save myself the frustration, I think we're going to stick to 1 KC trips for now. I got baited by the combat task. I thought I got a drop. Zulrah Adept, that is 25 KC. Ooh, a new PB. That really caught me off guard. A 134 beating out our previous PB by 6 seconds. It's actually crazy to see these kind of kill times with the stats that I have. 82 magic, 88 range. Ooh, I got baited by the loot beam there, a magic seed. We do need those though. This feels like a really fast one. And it is a 122. Absolutely nuclear. And there is the variation in play. The kill after we got a 122. This one is a 322, legitimately a whole 2 minutes longer. It is what it is though. And that is 50 Zulrah KC. Oh, I forgot they did this. The first 50 times you die at Zulrah is free. But now, if I die, it'll cost me 100k. Well, I'm gonna call it a night here. Getting the 76 agility took much longer than I thought. But I mean, hey, agility is a slow skill, so I don't know what I was thinking. But I squeezed in these 50 KCs for the night. We will continue the Zulrah grind on the next day. I was just doing my daily farm run and didn't realize this was coming up actually, but 90 farming. You can now grow redwood trees. This is the account's third 90+ skill. We picked up a hunter level from our birdhouses too. But anyways, it's back to Zulrah. We're starting at 50 KC today. And first KC of the day, some battle staves and dwarf weeds. 127, honestly mid-kill there. I thought I was going to get a new PB. And our first drop, a Tanzanite Fang. Wait, is that what we need? That's what we need! First drop! 60 KC! It's just that easy. It's really just that easy. 60 KC, here's the log. This really feels like the first big drop on the account. I know I got the zombie axe before, which was a pretty nice loot beam itself, because that thing is what, like a mil, 2 mil? But I didn't really have much use for the zombie axe, to be honest. But this blowpipe is going to be big. Anyways, we're standing here at Castle Wars because in order to make the blowpipe, you need 76 fletching, I believe. Now, 416 here doesn't have 76 fletching, we just have 67. So what we're going to do is trade it on over to wait for it. A 6.8 mil drop on 416 hero. And then over on wait for it here, we're going to use a chisel on the Tanzanite Fang, creating a blowpipe. And let's trade the bad boy back over. I also forgot to trade over some amethyst darts. This is going to make the blowpipe worth using right away. In fact, we're now going to be benching the Eclipse Atlatl in favor of the toxic blowpipe. I think I mentioned this before, but the blowpipe was really the only thing we were after here. But I honestly did not expect to get it at 60 KC. With that being said though, I feel like we have to give the blowpipe a few test runs at Zulrah. So we'll do a few more KC and then we'll work out what to do next. So there were a few occasions where I tellied out, hit the ornate pool, and just came right back without banking. If my inventory still has a lot of food, right? But this doesn't work out every time. What? I honestly thought I took 8 that, but I guess not. Oh well. That's actually our first death of the grind, and that's okay. You know what? On second thought, I think I'm gonna end it off at 69 Zulrah KC.